Oh look, it's another one. G'day guys, it's another Banggood special. It's another wee chainsaw. If you haven't seen the other Banggood review I did on a slightly bigger chainsaw, have a look up here if you want to see that abomination of a thing. Let's have a quick look at this one before we put it into action. It has a spring-loaded flap here, which was quite tight when I first started playing with it, but after doing that about half a dozen times it's gotten quite floppy. It's already better than the other one because it has a safety switch, like most cordless tools, but you have to push it in the side, pull the trigger, like a circular saw, that sort of thing. The handle grip area is a little tight. If you had big hands, I mean I haven't got very big mitts at all, so if you had a big hand this might be a tad annoying. It's a brushed motor, hopefully better than the brushed motor that was in the rivet tool. See the top there? Little floppy. As you can see, it's just a little baby. What are we looking at here? Like 4 inches. So it's nothing to be boasting about. Sorry, 100 mil. Oh, nowhere for oil. This one you could just dip the whole end in probably. Poof. Dip it in a bucket. Yeah, and that's all there is to it. The other thing there is to it is, of course, what battery does it run on? You know what sort of battery it runs on. It runs on a Banggood Special, also known as... Oh, great. Just like the other Banggood chainsaw, the battery doesn't even want to go on. That's even worse than the last one. That's super tight. In fact, let's have a look at that before we even... Bloody hell. I wanted that on the floor anyway. That's ridiculous. Why can't they get that right? They got it right on the rivet tool and on the planer. Got a chunk of plastic sticking out there. A little mould dimple thing. There's one on each side. Might just quickly give that a grind and we'll see if that makes any difference. I'm always shredding a ton of shit because we've got parrots and we're always going through heaps of greenery, and I need to trim it and cut it down to size to fit in the shredder a lot of the time. So I mostly use this now, which I love. I used to use this. Sometimes this though is not quite up to the task, and this is a bit of overkill. So I'm hoping that maybe this is a happy medium point. Let's give it a whirl. First we need some oil. Now it doesn't come with an oiler, as we've established. I found this dodgy little bottle of something down in the garage. It's not quite the right viscosity, it's a bit light. Pickle. Well, that was successful, wasn't it? Anyway, we got some oil on there by the looks, so let's give this a whirl. Look at it go. Too bad. This branch is around 2 inches in diameter. I am now going to see if it'll cut that and hope that it doesn't hit the camera when it falls. Let's see if we can get away with that one. Hey, shut up, bird. Piece of cake. The chain is getting a bit baggy on it, so it's time to use the supplied tools and tighten her up. But first, I need to remove the battery, which is still a wee bit tight. Just as well, Makita batteries are good and tough. This should be fairly straightforward. Loosen the nut, find the screw in the front, there she is. Give that a couple of tweaks. Set it fairly tight because it's going to loosen. New chains always stretch quite a bit at first. So there we go. Now I'm going to go and cut something fairly big. There's a log laying in the garden It's perfect for such a situation. The diameter of it is going to be close to the full length of this bar, so it'll be interesting if it can cut it, quite literally. I'd like to see any of those mini saber saws do it that quick. That's a pretty smooth cut. Well, it did it, so that was pretty impressive. Although, this was showing 4 bars when I started. Oh, it's popped back up to 3. It was showing 2 just a moment ago. I thought, wow, that's used a lot, but it has recovered a little bit. In the few minutes it's taken me to come in here and record this. I did not think that that saw was going to do that. It's surprisingly hard to stall as well. It's harder to stall, I think, than the genuine Makita, but chewing through the battery a lot quicker than a genuine Makita. So I've been mildly impressed with this thing. It's never going to take the place of one of these, of course. This also is just an 18-volt tool, but as you can see, the blade, or the bar should I say, is substantially larger. This is a great solution for small gardens when you just need to do small branches every now and again, 50mm, 2-inch, that sort of thing. But I have done, as you saw in the video, branches up to 100, 4 inches, and it did it surprisingly well. It's got a surprising amount of torque. It doesn't bog down easily. Quite impressed in that regard. I'm still not sure exactly why it's got a blue light on the front. And I don't know if that changes when the battery goes flat or something, whether it goes red or who knows, who cares. The manual says this is an oil cap for filling the oil reservoir. There is clearly no oil reservoir or oiler on this tool. It also says in this manual here, I wish I'd got the batteries that came with it now, that the batteries will do 30,050 charge cycles. That's pretty damn impressive considering Makita and Hikoki and the good battery companies, you know, 1500 to 2000 is what they sort of say, and that's, you know, pushing it as well really. But because it's so light and one-handed, you can reach up high to cut branches, which you can't usually do with standard chainsaws. I would buy one of these over a reciprocating saber saw type branch cutter any day. I find that those are a bit gutless. Oh, I should have tested it against my 12-volt Makita one. Dope. And because they are so light and single-handed, you can of course use one in each hand. Get the job done twice as fast. So thanks for watching, guys. If you're interested, have a look in the description. I'll put links to other Makita chainsaws and stuff that I've done reviews of in the description, other Banggood tools in the description. Everything's in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hello. We're gonna do got a whole lot of router templates been wanting to try, so we might do that shortly. See ya.